big hello and welcome, friends. It turned out to be a big news Wednesday. Democracy has triumphed big time yet again in Jammu and Kashmir as the people there bumper voted in phase 2 of polling. Also in a big reveal, Mohammad Yunus, the caretaker chief of the Bangladesh government, has exposed of how Sheikh Hasina's ouster was meticulously planned operation. And then back home, we had AIMIM chief Asaduddin Owaisi shooting from the shoulders of the Hindu community and seeking exclusivist privileges for the Muslim minority on the Waqf bill. Those are going to be our three debates tonight. Debate number 1. Is it Naya Kashmir? Democracy takes stronger roots in Jammu and Kashmir. Debate number 2, we know now that Bangladesh coup was meticulously planned by the deep state. Yunus ousts the reality and the truth. And debate number 3 is Owaisi shooting over shoulders of the Hindu community to seek Waqf privileges. It's going to be a wider debate on Uniform Civil Code at 9 p.m. with Niranjan. But let me get you the headlines first. "54% voter turnout recorded till 5 p.m. People come out to vote in large numbers in Jammu and Kashmir as they reaffirm their faith in democracy after years. Foreign diplomats from 16 countries in the valley to witness J&K elections, but NC says we don't need your certificate."
All the young people of Bangladesh got together and said, enough is enough. We are not going to tolerate it anymore. And they didn't. Every single person in Bangladesh support this cause. And I'm very happy that the support in the people of the United States.
Mohammad Yunus is on tour to the United States, where he's engaging with various foreign leaders ahead of the UNG appearances. And there he gave a big revelation on the coup which led to Sheikh Hasina's ouster, where he says that the move was meticulously planned.
साथ में आप बोल रहे कि एनिमल फैट आ गया तो गलत है, बोल हम भी मानते गलत है, मगर यहाँ पर हमारी आस्था हमारे धर्म में ये तो वक्फ बोर्ड तो मुस्लिम धर्म का हिस्सा है, तो इसलिए ये जो बिल मोदी लाए हैं वो वक्फ प्रॉपर्टीज को छीनना चाह रहे।
AIMIM chief Asaduddin Owaisi makes a bizarre analogy with Waqf and the Tirupati Laddu controversy. Says that if Hindu sentiments can be hurt, if there is adulterated Laddu served to them, then the Waqf Amendment Bill also hurts the religious sentiments of the Muslims. He also argued that government interference violates Article 26, which guarantees religious freedom and management of religious affairs. Okay, friends, we had a great day in Jammu and Kashmir, with democracy taking deeper roots as the Union Territory voted in phase 2 of the elections to the Legislative Assembly. Like in phase 1, this time too, people came out to vote in huge numbers. We cannot forget how in the general elections, Baramulla had voted more than Bombay or Mumbai. And now, with the widest choice possible that the people of Jammu and Kashmir have ever had in its history, the election is already being billed as the counter to 1987, if it was the dirtiest one. For reasons that are part of historical record now, 2024 is coming out as the freest and fairest one. If Omar Abdullah claims he is winning, and Iltija Mufti says PDP would be kingmaker, they know democracy is winning. Despite that, whining at the most positive developments continues. Omar peddled a conspiracy theory today that the mass participation was aimed at having an assembly that endorses abrogation of Article 370. He saw internationalization in the visit of diplomats to see for themselves the exercise of suffrage. And well, the same day that Rahul Gandhi slipped between Kashmiri Pandits and the POJK migrants. Friends, Jammu and Kashmir is winning. India is winning. And surprise of all, even these whiners are winning. Let's look at the developments of the day and then we debate with a panel of guests on the other side.
The world is lauding India for holding the largest democratic elections in the world.
तीसरी बार हमारी सरकार की वापसी हुई है और ऐसा पिछले 60 सालों में भारत में नहीं हुआ था.
And now, a record-breaking voter turnout in Jammu and Kashmir in the very first phase of polling.
I've never seen this kind of practice before. This is my first time, so it is satisfying.
Yeah, first time here. It's very beautiful. It's wonderful to be amongst the people who are actually here to cast their votes. I see the really vibrant enthusiasm.
It's a pleasure. It's my first time that I'm visiting Kashmir, Jammu Kashmir. So it's really a privilege to be invited by the Ministry of External Affairs to come and visit firsthand today's polling stations being open.
But the National Conference sees politics behind the global recognition of India's celebration of democracy.
यही लोग जब जम्मू कश्मीर के बारे में कमेंट करते हैं तो गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया की तरफ से बयान आता है कि जम्मू कश्मीर जो है वो हमारा अंदरूनी मामला है, इस पे दूसरों की दखल नहीं होनी चाहिए. अगर दखल नहीं होनी चाहिए, अगर इनके कमेंट्स आपको नहीं चाहिए तो इनको यहाँ लाया क्यों जा रहा है?
This is the same Omar Abdullah who met rather covertly an American delegation. The same Omar Abdullah who is in an alliance with Rahul Gandhi, who has maligned India on foreign soil several times. This even as fissures seem to be developing in the NC Congress alliance.
After Rahul is done campaigning in 1 or 2 seats in Kashmir, he focuses in Jammu. Ultimately, what the Congress does in Kashmir is not that important. What the Congress does in Jammu is important. And unfortunately, Congress hasn't done as much in the plains of Jammu as we would expect them to do.
Why are the Abdullahs so nervous about the world witnessing Jammu and Kashmir's democratic affirmation?
All right, joining me in this conversation to represent the views of the BJP and hence the central government, Radhika Khera. She's national spokesperson of the party. We also have Sushil Pandit, columnist, Kashmiri Pandit rights activist. He's joining us live from Delhi. We also have Ahmed Ayas, political analyst, leans towards the Congress party, joining us live from Srinagar. Also from Srinagar, political analyst, leans towards the National Conference, Dr. Pirzada, and hence I would want to begin with you, Mr. Pirzada. You know, let's try to understand. Are you winning? If yes, then isn't democracy winning? And if yes, then why this nervousness if some diplomats come and watch that freest and fairest exercise of democracy in Jammu and Kashmir? Why come out as so whining, Mr. Pirzada?
Thank you for this invite and my good evening to all the panelists. The question you have asked me is if it is narrative picked up, that it's a celebration, it's the victory of the democracy that people in the large number have come to the polling booths. Let for the sake of argument, I do endorse this. Then what is the hesitation for the government of India to come out and to the help of the people, to rescue the people? We have certain concerns. We have the concerns of disproportionate. We have the concerns of unemployment. We have all of the concerns. We have the second largest unemployment in the Jammu and Kashmir. These concerns that need to be concerned. And what is the hesitation? What is wrong with in coming forward to help out the people? If this is celebrated, this kind of voting percentage was previously also exhibited during the parliamentary poll. I think it is appropriate to quote it here: "Damn if you do, damn if you do not." Then what to do? What Kashmiris do? If I endorse this, I take advance, come to the rescue of the people, win our hearts, win our minds, win our hearts, and address our concerns. At least there are certain. I am a student of conflict studies as well. There are conflict resolution theories, as I quoted here, that one theory at least we put in the practice. That's the W approach. For God's sake, come with the W approach and address our concerns, with our hearts. If you believe that this is the crown of the India.
Yes. Some issue there with
the crowd of the India is in shambles whatever. But a good percentage.
Go ahead.
Hello? I'm not audible.
No, you are audible. Please go ahead, Mr. Pirzada. Complete your turn.
I emphasize I am working on the ground. I have primary source interaction with the people in my home constituency. I was supporting there an independent candidate who has the roots in the national conference. I believe in pragmatic politics, in realistic politics. We have suffered a lot. We have the miseries. We are a breeze society and all that. Government of India should come forward and help our psyche, help our concern. The restoration of the statehood. What started the government of India is a social statehood. That is not any kind of favor. That has been snatched from we people. Government of India should come forward with certain endowments, with certain measures that could heal our psyche, that could have a healing touch. What Mufti Muhammad Sayyid wants you to tell. Come with a healing touch. Address our issues, address our concerns. And this kind of voting percentage, and let me add it more to this debate. The low percentage in the Srinagar district, please for 1 second, please tolerate me.
Okay.
Srinagar district being the barometer.
Okay, I don't understand, Mr. Pirzada. Go back to the visuals of Parliament, of Lok Sabha, of August 5, 2019. The Home Minister clearly said that eventually the status of Jammu and Kashmir as a state would be restored. He's on record. After that, maybe 24 times, it has been reiterated by the central government, including in the Supreme Court of India, that at an opportune moment, the statehood would be restored. So the BJP is not saying no. But Radhika Khera, my question is, you got your opening, Mr. Pirzada, I'll come back to you. Radhika Khera, this conspiracy theory or this thought, because it's campaign season and you are allowed to, make your claims, of Omar Abdullah, that the reason why we have so many players in this election this time, apart from the Muftis and the Abdullahs, the independents, the AIP, the Apni party, even the Jamaat contesting independent candidates, about a dozen of them, some other parties, People's Conference, widest possible choice. According to Omar Abdullah, this is happening because Delhi wants to create an assembly which endorses abrogation of Article 370. Are you sort of guilty of this charge as made by Omar Abdullah?
The only thing Omar Abdullah wants to do is fuel terrorism and separatism in the valley. And we've seen that, and we've seen how they have been anti-India and how they have done anti-India policies and how they've aligned with those who are anti-India. They are in alliance, the India alliance themselves is in shambles today. They have to use the media to talk to each other. Omar Abdullah can't even use the WhatsApp, Telegram or even a mere iMessage to speak to his alliance partner Rahul Gandhi. He has to go to him using media. It's a sad situation what they created for Jammu and Kashmir, and the party, that the alliance party that is talking about, and Rahul Gandhi, the senior most leader, who's the leader of opposition, does not even know the difference between Kashmiri Pandits and POK refugees. So it is a very sad situation that they created for Jammu and Kashmir, and today they are really upset with the fact that they have zero reports of any incidents that have happened or any terror incidents or anything which is out of the ordinary which has happened during the election, and that elections are taking place peacefully. They are very rattled with that. They are very rattled with the fact that there is a entire group of people coming from various countries also to see the elections and see how the greatest festival of democracy in the world's largest democracy takes place.
Yeah.
So they are rattled with that fact, how we are managing to ensure their security and the security of the voters as well, and ensure peaceful election in the state.
Okay. Interesting point that you raised, Radhika Khera.
That they're also rattled with the
that they are allies. Omar Abdullah could have picked up his iPhone and sent an iMessage or WhatsApp or Telegram or whatever he prefers and told Rahul Gandhi that please focus on Jammu, that's your territory, that's where you have more seats. Ahmad Ayaz, is the alliance coming undone as we inch closer to election results? Ahmad Ayaz, are we going to see the unraveling of the NC Congress alliance, given the statement that Omar Abdullah has made today?
Yeah, I see. As on today, it looks that Congress has been very sincere and honest so far as pre-poll alliance is concerned. And maybe there could be some compulsions with the National Conference to see that the alliance, pre-poll alliance is done, which we see that what could be the possibilities of their and being under some pressure to see that. Otherwise, possibly they would not have sought pre-poll alliance with anyone as they did with the PDP. They formed PAGD together. Then when it came to the election in the parliament, and they took their own line and they went separately for elections, despite the PDP asking that even if National Conference asks us, we will support them on all the 3 seats in the parliament. But still, the National Conference has taken their own way, possibly thinking that they will have more numbers and they will be the number one party as far as parliament is concerned. I think same was their opinion. They were thinking same in the assembly elections also, that they would not need anybody's support. This is what I could see. But that in between a development took place, that it was said that National Conference had an hidden pact somewhere with the BJP, and in the process, Farooq Abdullah was out of the scam. Whether that is correct or not, we can't say. But it was rumored about that this has happened. And it's sensing the ground that if this goes down, the people, and they will also end with the same fate what the Apni party met, what the Sajad Loan met, even for that purpose Ghulam Nabi Azad met when they were tagged to be proxies of the BJP. They, possibly the National Conference, tried a pre-poll alliance with the Congress, not with the sincerity that they should be seen through on the ground, or they may make a government together, possibly because of this, to dispel the rumor that NC has made some secret pact, possibly.
We can ask Mr. Pirzada. He can dispel the rumors tonight on national TV.
So as such, sorry?
We can ask Mr. Pirzada to dispel the rumors that there is some understanding with the BJP. Mr. Pirzada, Congress party is an ally. Today you took pot shots at the Congress, and the apparent reason could be that the Congress is apprehensive that maybe behind the scenes you already have some understanding with the BJP.
Basically, I am not a spokesperson of any party. I have a much concern with our youth. Our youth is struggling. Please, for God's sake, let us not make the politics, because empowering the youth builds the tomorrow. Our tomorrow is in shambles. Our tomorrow is in ruin. Come to our help. With politics, we may discuss any time, any day. I am not a spokesperson. We have the major concern. But the profound reality on the ground is that there are good number of takers for the National Conference, for the Umar Abdullah dispensation likely to come in the offing. This is a trend on the ground. Though I am not the spokesperson of the party, I do believe, and we do not dispel, there is not any kind of impression dispelled on the ground that the NC has any kind of test understanding with the BJP and all that.
Okay.
There are good number of takers. There are good number of takers right now on the ground for the NC likely to come in the government.
Okay, it could be maybe, the swagger of this smell of victory that's making Omar Abdullah say the things that he has said. Radhika, I'll come to you, but let me get in Sushil Pandit also on this. Sushil, you see 8 or 9 players, clear, distinct players. I had forgotten to mention Ghulam Nabi Azad and his party DPAP, and he has been aggressively campaigning in the pockets that he believes he has some influence. 8 or 9 players, this has not happened in Kashmir ever. Are we looking at 2024 as the freest and fairmost election, and most importantly, a counter to 1987? In a way, Delhi sending across a message.
I think these elections are going to be very significant in the fact that there is a stratagem being deployed, and let me tell you how. Bear with me for a minute. Jammu and Valley, these are 2 separate universes in the Union Territory of J&K, and they vote contrary to each other. Those who are going to sweep the valley have very little to gain in Jammu, and those who are going to, are pinning their hopes on Jammu, have very little stake in the valley. This is how it is. Now, in this game, Congress has been caught in a pincer movement. Their alliance with National Conference is a deathly embrace, is a kiss of death. Because their stakes are in Jammu and they are the principal rivals of BJP in Jammu. By going in alliance with National Conference, they have jeopardized their chances in the Jammu region, and BJP is smiling all the way to the counting stations. This is the writing on the wall. And that is where the post-election scenario emerges crystal clear. BJP has very clearly compromised Congress in their fight against them, and Congress has willingly walked into this trap. National Conference will dump Congress because of its poor showing in Jammu, and the compulsions of an electoral mandate and to serve the people of Jammu and Kashmir and to become a responsible party in a democratic process, BJP and National Conference will come together in the post-election scenario. This is how I see these elections panning out. As far as the multiple players are concerned,
I do agree.
As far as the multiple parties are concerned, yes, it is fragmentation of the polity. It is multiplicity of options and non-options which will confuse the people. And in this process, an entire mandate will be hijacked. People will be confused. A lot of people will not cast their vote. Those who will rue the day because this vote will have very little meaning. In the process, the entire democratic process, the sanctity of it, the sincerity of it, the purity of it will be compromised.
How come?
Is my feeling.
How come? How come? Please explain again for the benefit of viewers. You are giving a little complex argument, Sushil Pandit. How come the integrity gets compromised?
I will explain it.
If what you go to people with is not very clear and upfront, and in the post-election scenario, you go absolutely against it. You go diametrically opposed to it. And let me tell you how. In 2014, PDP fought the election to stop the BJP, and BJP fought the election to stop all the anti-India, anti-national, pro-Islamist, pro-separatist, soft separatist polity of Jammu and Kashmir. In the post-election scenario, these two antagonistic formations formed a government very happily and ran this government for several years.
Radhika, I don't know how different this is, say, from the BSP and the BJP coming together, or the SP and the BSP coming together, or the Shiv Sena and the Congress coming together in Maharashtra. So in a way, Kashmir is mainstream now, Sushil Pandit, It's mainstream with the rest of the country. But let Radhika Khera respond, because you are creating a scenario where people could question the integrity. Radhika, that's a serious charge Sushil Pandit is making actually.
He can come up with any theory that he wants. But the fact, like I said, is everyone here is rattled that how are peaceful elections conducted. And NC and Congress are an alliance, they are an India alliance, and they have been criticizing the BJP government day in and day out. And like the NC spokesperson, the NC person over here, whether he's a supporter or a spokesperson, like he said, I'm not a party member. He said that for jobs have to be created. We are worried about the future of Jammu and Kashmir. Well, sir, in 3 years, there have been 0 incidents reported of patharbazi. Schools are being working. Children are getting to go to school. As well as there are no bands being called, where every second day there was a band being called, and our children, which are the future of the state, the future of the country, we are ensuring that the future can, go to school and ensure that their future is bright for tomorrow. And this is not what I am saying. I'm sure your journalists have also gone on ground, and people are saying that it's a fact that schools are working. There's no patharbazi. People are.
Well, I can tell you from my direct experience. I have a friend in Srinagar, and he said, his kids were so happy the day of Prime Minister's rally at the Sher-e-Kashmir Stadium in Srinagar. You know why? Because they said their schools were closed for security reasons. And this is after a long, long time that their school was closed. And the kids were happy and playing. Then they got a day off from school, right? Ahmed Ayaz, you would agree that Kashmir is peaceful? that today all the men, women, youth, they can come out without any fear and indulge in this festival of democracy to the drum beats. And that is one achievement which is between the people of Jammu and Kashmir, of course, and the government in Delhi.
Before I come to your question, I will endorse what we call it, Mr. Sushil Pandit, regarding his assessment of post-election scenario, that possibilities of BJP coming together, NC coming together for formation of with the BJP for formation of government. I also see those possibilities, and it looks very clear to me that there are more chances of them coming together than the NDA bloc forming the government in Jammu and Kashmir. Coming to your question, that should this issue be taken, whatever we have seen today, with regard to the low voters participating, lot many candidates coming in, and then not only lot many candidates but political parties beyond Jammu and Kashmir coming and fighting elections in Jammu and Kashmir, should we treat this as a normalcy and total peaceful? No, I don't see it as that. It is an outcome, whatever we have seen today, of so many factors, not the ultimate restoration of peace. It is an outcome of that after 10 years the elections are held in Jammu and Kashmir. So
not an outcome of restoration of peace. You think peace has no contribution or no role in this fantastic atmosphere where everyone, from the locals to the foreigners who come, are feeling good about being in Srinagar and happy about the exercise?
Barring a reduction, I was coming to these points one by one. You interrupted me. You see, well, the stone pelting stoppage is a contributory factor. Nobody can deny that.
And give credit to those who managed to stop the stone pelting, right? Can you give credit? Kisko denge credit? Who gets the credit?
No, surely the way it has been handled, that all stone pelters are behind the bars. There is none, free on the roads to see that the stones are thrown. To that extent, well, security grid is very tight.
And can we say because the stone pelters are not coming out, the reason is that they are gainfully employed somewhere. Earlier they were getting rupees 500 for a stone pelting. Now maybe they are getting rupees 1,000 from somewhere else without indulging or without risking their lives to stone pelting. That's why they are not stone pelting.
No, that's what I'm talking to you. Had the erstwhile government thought about it and seen in these directions, perhaps it could have been done that time also. The way BJP government has taken a decision to allow that jalus of, Muharram jalus, that possibly could have been done by the other governments also.
Yes, but why? Let me ask this to Mr. Pirzada. Let me ask this to Mr. Pirzada. Mr. Pirzada, you have been in power so many times. NC has been in power so many times, including once, of course, in alliance with the BJP. But तब तो किसी ने नहीं सोचा मुहर्रम जुलूस का जो 1980s में बंद हुए. So if it is happening now, obviously because there is a Naya Kashmir on the ground, right?
I may add 2-3 things if you kindly tolerate me, bear me with a minute. I request you to my colleagues as well. That certain good things happening on the ground. We do endorse this.
Yes.
I conveyed you in a personal why that I believe in realistic politics, in pragmatic politics. I endorse those things. But
yes,
for God's sake, please read it in introspection that Srinagar city is the barometer of the political pulse of the Jammu and Kashmir, especially at the valley. If you see the lower polling percentage in the Srinagar district, that has a much to say for the government. That has a much to say to the government, to the political analysis. Why there is a lower percentage? Because certain obvious reasons are there. So government of India should come forward, address those concerns, win the hearts, win the minds of the people. We believe in democracy. We believe in constitution. And number two, we have a good number of people. We have a good number of youth in jail. Their lives are getting ruined. Those are not the incorrigible criminals. If everything goes well, propriety, ethics, legality, demands that government of India should show an amnesty to such youth and help them a free life. And let us see, they would not fly over the mountains and then they will become criminals. Kindly come forward. Help our concern.
Okay, fair enough. I have run out of time. I have run out of time, so I would want to move on. Thank you so much, Radhika Khera, Sushil Pandit, Ahmad Ayaz, and Dr. Pirzada. Friends, you would have seen that between all the panelists, despite the fact that they are from all sides of the political spectrum, they agreed that a lot is actually changing on the ground. And that's the Naya Kashmir. And that is a victory for democracy. And that's also an achievement, both for the people of Jammu and Kashmir and, of course, for the government in Delhi to have managed this success.